everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. It's opening week in the NFL, and today we have two teams who are more than ready to get the season underway. It's the Cardinals going up against the Lions.
All right, Larry, first opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the Detroit Lions. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They go to Johnson again. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Here's Stafford. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. First down carry here for Johnson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
Play clock winding down. On 2nd down, Johnson. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. The play clock's running down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
On second down, here's Stafford. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Stafford. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Lions will take over. Nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight.
There he goes, right side. He's at the 30. Detroit. A big play there. Taking it in. And the Lions are going to take a first quarter lead. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina had a 20-play drive that lasted over 10 minutes. And remember how it ended?
In a punt.
Yeah, I mean, how does that happen? You just don't see that happen every day.
And this one maybe not quite that bad, but still, you'd like to have a chance for points if you hold the football that long.
Agreed.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down. To throw on second down is Stafford. Screen play, Johnson.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to have a third down. Out of the gun, Stafford. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
And the D looking like they may blitz. Here's Stafford now on second down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Cardinals on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Stafford now to throw. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tease Tabor. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. So out now come the Cardinals. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Now Stafford. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And 15 yards there on the catch and run. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
From the 50, Stafford. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
To throw on second down. Stafford. And he slings one that's incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. And that'll make it third down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
In motion, the tight end. Third and long. It's Stafford. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's caught. Stills, right side. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
Here we go now. Blue, landing. Here we go now. Green, 39.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Four down. Here we go. Green, 39.
They'll set up a throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah. Not
an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Tight end right. All right, here we go. Philly, here we go.
They'll set up to throw. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Chandler Jones with a big-time sack on third down. And it'll be a loss of 7. On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Again, it's Johnson. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Looking to throw on second down. Stafford over the middle here to Brown. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you go lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2, and that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
To throw on 2nd down. Stafford. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence. That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. To Johnson again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals have cut it to within a score. And that one makes it 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's into the clear. He's at the 40, 20, 10. Touchdown, Detroit.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now the touchback's coming back to the 25 instead of the 20. When guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stafford. And here he's got Grant. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
To throw on 2nd down. Stafford. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And the third down pass falls incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. He'll return it from the 6. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And out will come the offense as they take over. Around the NFL, they're into the second quarter in the Meadowlands. And it's the Browns out to the early advantage. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Kelly. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
No. Check. Patriot.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defense.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Chandler Jones in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Here we go. Green.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this is caught. Demaryius Thomas. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Here is Matt Prater now. He's got the leg for this as he holds the NFL record with a 64-yarder back in 2013. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. Around the NFL, they're into the second quarter in the Meadowlands. And it's a big-time advantage for the Browns. They just scored again, pouring it on. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
All right, here we go.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. Second down. Now they try the right side here. Room to run past midfield. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Now let's go.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Hurry up, here we go. Detroit! Detroit!
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's caught. Michael Pruitt. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They come up in an offset eye. He'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. A 3rd quarter score now from MetLife Stadium. The Browns, they have scored again to add on to their lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And he fires one that's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, and they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski, and that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
but they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll be dropped at the 30. The first broken tackle couldn't bust him free. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
All right, here we go.
They'll look to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. Elsewhere, NFL scoreboard, 3rd quarter now in Tennessee. And the Titans dominant. They have added to their totals in that one. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. They begin the drive with Johnson. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. 2nd down, 9 yards to go. Operating from the gun. Stafford. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. The Cardinals on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Stafford looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tease Tabor, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. So that is 2 pick sixes he's thrown in this football game. Now, you take those away, Charles, it's a completely different situation.
It totally is, but guess what? They have to deal with what they have now, okay? So they can't just mentally go, well, if we hadn't thrown those big sixes, we'd be okay. Here's where you are. Here's where you're going to battle. But guess what? They're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination.
That's fielded in the end zone. They find some open field here. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
We all know that teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Stafford here coming off his pick 6. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions maybe in the back of his mind. Here's Johnson. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. The Cardinals on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This time they face a 3rd and 2. From the 50, it's Stafford. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. And I guess, partner, you call that a covered sack.
Oh, without a doubt, because where did he have to go with the football? I know everybody wants to get on him about, hey, get rid of the football. You had too much time in the pocket. But he's scanning the field, nowhere to go, and that allowed the pressure to ultimately get to him.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And Detroit getting set to go now. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
Here we go now.
Now a handoff looking right. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard at the 32-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
All right, here we go. Watch it now, Barney.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
An extra DB added here for the Cards on 3rd.
Blitzer play coverage.
All right, here we go. Blue, landing. Blue, watch it now, Barney.
Looking to throw. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Hassan Reddick in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. Back now at Ford Field as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 15. A big hit. Knocked down sideways. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Johnson. And now running right through it. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. There's a 20th carry for Johnson. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stafford over the middle, complete. That's Grant. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A very solid gain of 27. They give to Johnson going right. And he's got some space here. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively rallying to the ball after the nice move.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. Now Johnson. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Time running out here on the play clock. Here's Stafford. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. To throw is Stafford. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And tough starting field position here. Now they try the right side here. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go. Leopard. Leopard. March 43. March 43. Here we go now. Green 30.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Cardinals have got it going the other way. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. all receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Johnson running right. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. On second down, here's Stafford. And this one is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Throwing on third down, Stafford. It's complete to Grant. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Now Stafford. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Shift together here from the D-line. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. The Lions on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football.